Good evening and welcome to this week's edition, the Extreme Rules edition of Top Rope Podcast. Extreme Rules. Okay, so past Sunday was Extreme Rules, WWE's pay-per-view. Right, so where should we kick off? First match?
Yeah, we did the pre-show one.
Yeah, we'll go straight
which
from
was
the
meant
pre-show.
to be the tag team match with Tyson Kidd and Cesaro versus The New Day.
Yeah,
But obviously that got changed around with Daniel Bryan being out, not facing Bad News Barrett.
right.
So instead we get Bad News Barrett versus AJ Neville, which is a fine substitute.
Definitely agree with that.
I can understand what is on the pre-show. It would be nice to see it on the main show, but
Yeah.
something had to get hit pre-show. So
Yeah, something else get bumped, didn't it?
It's a good match.
Really good match.
Yeah.
As you probably know, both of us are massive fans of Adrian Neville, and also big fans of Bad News Barrett.
Yeah.
Boo Hammer! And so to get both of them in the same match, and being on the pre-show, felt like a treat. It would have been nice to see it on the main show.
Did you actually watch the pre-show?
Most of it, yeah.
Yeah. I only saw the match of it, so...
Oh, right.
I don't know, what was it? That's what usually the intros, don't they? The interviews with Renee Young. And...
Yeah. They've done a few interviews and they've done like the rundown to, where they run through the rivalries and like the build up to the match.
I was thinking because obviously before the network, I occasionally will catch pay-per-views, but I never watched the pre-shows.
No,
but now with the network, it's something I'm more willing to do because it's there.
Yeah.
It's easy to access. I'm more willing to watch it.
Yeah, and plus with the pre-show as well, you do get quite good. You get quite a few. It's the matches that you do get. They're matches. They're not story
most of the time,
matches.
the matches on the pre-show are fine anyway. It's just I'd never watch them because you had to watch them on YouTube or could never find them again. So at least on the network, it's easy to find it.
Yeah,
which is always a bonus.
So yeah, that was a solid match. It was quite a stiff match as well, which
I think it's a British style. Where British style is a lot stiffer than American style.
Yeah,
and they
definitely.
both have got that side of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good match.
Really good match. What would you rate it out of 5?
Probably a 4.
Yeah,
4.
same.
Yeah.
Same.
It wasn't like the most memorable match ever.
No.
But it was definitely a solid match.
Definitely. It was. I mean, it was quite a short match, really.
I was surprised to see Neville win actually.
Yes. Very surprising.
And a clean win as well. Not that we expected him to get a dirty win, but like no interference or nothing, just a clean, solid win.
Yeah. It was just him. He went over.
Yeah.
He went over
which is good. Like we were saying earlier, the push he's got, and they're not forcing him into something too much or like a main event. They're slowly building him here, and he hasn't always had a lot of wins in the last week, but he's been showcased, and I think it's about time he had a win as well. Like,
yeah.
I don't think he needed it, but it doesn't hurt.
No,
it's
definitely
just
doesn't
all
hurt.
helping to build him really.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, right? You know his intro.
Yeah.
I love his video. You know where you see the Earth from a distance, and then you see the comet coming down, and it's just like it's such an awesome video. Like it's such an awesome entrance. If
I
you
don't think he needs the cape still, but
no, I'm not sure. I'm not.
the cape lasts 30 seconds, if that, and then he takes it off before he hits the ring. So
I don't really quite get what the cape's about, but
at least he's not Mighty Mouse, which was the original plan. So
yeah, at least there is
up there.
But yeah, solid match, 4 out of 5. Yep. That's where I give it. That's where Ian would give it. So we'll go straight on to the next match then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first match of the actual main event, the actual pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So we kicked it off with Dean Ambrose versus Luke Harper.
In a Chicago street fight.
In my opinion, this was a total
We'll cover the whole match. Obviously, you've probably seen it. It was broken up into 2 segments.
Yeah, you had the start of the match, which was the first match of the show, and then the match continued later on in the night. But to me, it was I don't know. You said you liked the fact that we're going for something different.
I think you've got to think like they were giving a task, right?
Yeah.
And to have a street fight in a PG era now, it limits them so much. And I think this is the whole trouble with the Extreme Rules. A lot of trouble with WWE pay-per-views is they have before. I think years ago we had a street fight or something different, like Mick Foley Triple H, right? That stands out. If I think of street fight, that's the first one, the Royal Rumble 2000.
Yeah.
Because you didn't see street fights all the time, and it was the one thing on that card. When you have a gimmick pay-per-view, every match is something where before it takes away from it being special.
Yeah.
So in fact, you've got to think each one of these matches on the card night was slightly. They had no rules, and they were slight variations. So it's hard for them to cut new spots. And when you see a spot and then one done later on, it takes it away from it. Where if you have one pay-per-view with one special match, a gimmick match, it makes it feel more important, makes it better.
Yeah, it's It's kind of like the effect that they're trying to go with Brock Lesnar. Well, not the effect they're going with Lesnar, but you know how you never see Lesnar.
So it makes sense, yeah.
But then some people say it's a good thing that you don't see Lesnar every week, because then when you do see him, it's like, whoa, the champ's here. It means something.
So I want to talk about it later, with the championship match there, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Okay.
I thought the match, for what it was, they had. I think the thing that killed it for me, and I listened to this on I think it was Steve Austin's podcast. He spoke about this, but the commentators killed this match because. Right, the match wasn't brilliant. You weren't going to see headshots. That's just not going to happen nowadays, right? So they had to do what they could do.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that they got in the RV, they left, and it just broke it up and made something different. But the whole time the commentators, they didn't take it seriously. They weren't like, "Oh my god, it's a kendo stick." It was, "Oh, look at these toys they're bringing," and they were laughing about it and joking about it.
Yeah.
And it made the match feel more. It was a cartoon gimmicky thing. As opposed to like these two serious people, like Luke Harper's gimmick is very serious and like strange. Dean Ambrose is this maniac and psycho, but they just turn it into a joke because it's all. If you watch that match without the commentary, I guarantee you'd see it differently.
Yeah, you probably would.
This is what I picked up from Steve Austin's podcast. And I thought it was a really good point, and it changed my view of the match straight away.
Yeah, commentary makes the match. Well, it doesn't make the match.
It
Not to take credit away from wrestlers.
Set the tone for the match.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, when that's the only audio you've got while watching a match, it's down to them to help lift that match.
Yeah, to bring emotion of it. And like I said, they made it into, "Oh, here's some toys. It's a kendo stick." Should have been, "Oh my god, it's a kendo stick."
Yeah, but then I mean, how many times throughout the night will kendo sticks used?
That's once again the trouble with the gimmicks.
Exactly. Yeah, when you've got a gimmick pay-per-view like that, it kind of makes the whole thing a bit pointless.
It dilutes it all.
They shouldn't really have that pay-per-view at the moment anyway. I mean, given it's a PG era, as you said, they can't do it.
It only started from one night stand and then it evolved to Extreme Rules. So, and like you said, they're very limited to what they can do now.
Yeah.
So, I think most gimmick pay-per-view should be gone now. They should be back to normal because.
Well, not stuff. What you mean? Where every match?
The whole card is set around a theme.
Right. Yeah. No, I agree. That should be gone.
Like TLC, Tables and Shadows. Every match then is harder to do something different because you've seen it the match before.
Yeah.
Where you have one ladder match, it's something you're not going to see. They're not seeing all those bumps in that one night.
No, I do agree.
I thought it was what it was. It wasn't bad. I liked it because they went out, they did something different. They came back for it.
I really didn't like it. I thought they spent 5 minutes. Did the fight even start in the ring?
It started in the ring, yeah.
Yeah, so it was 5 minutes in the ring. They went backstage. Nothing massive happened in the 5 minutes before they drove off in the car. So they took the fight backstage. There was a scuffle out the back between the two of them. Luke Harper gets in the car. Dean Ambrose jumps in after. They drive off. That's the last you see of them until later on in the night. So the first 5 minutes of that match wasn't impressed. Nothing happened really. There's nothing specific that I even remember from that. And then they disappeared. And then when they came back later on in the night, I mean, are we going to go into the rest of that match? We might as well do that now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember a lot more of the match. There
wasn't
much wrestling in it, and I think, the ending was obviously they got all the chairs on the ring,
which was pointless.
They buried Dean Ambrose, and then Luke Harper went to top rope. Ambrose stopped him, threw him onto the chairs, and then did the dirty deeds for the finish.
Didn't even do the dirty deed onto a chair.
But you're not going to see that nowadays.
Oh, but as I said the other day, 5 minutes before that, Luke Harper powerbombs Dean Ambrose onto a chair.
It's not head. Oh. There's all this concussion problem that people are checking on the concussions that they're not going to take headshots at any form at the moment.
Well, it was just a retarded match to have.
I didn't think it was a bad match. I think it was they did the best of what they could.
I didn't like it.
I would personally just prefer just to see them have a normal fight.
Yeah, I would.
Because they're both capable. I think they've got good chemistry with each other.
Exactly.
Hopefully the feud will continue so we can just next month have a normal match or... Yeah, I think just a normal match would be better.
Yeah, I would much rather see just a one-on-one match between those two than that cop-out of a match. I hated that idea. Didn't like it. Let's move on. Well, yeah, but Dean Ambrose got the win.
What would you rate the match?
Honestly, I'd probably give it 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah, 2.5. I'd say. I think it was. You couldn't blame them for it.
No. It's not through fault of Luke Harper or Dean Ambrose at all. They, as you said, they were given a task. They had to do it.
Yeah.
But purely from
I've seen worse.
Yeah. Purely from a booking point of view.
Yeah.
And it was terrible. Yeah. But no fault of their own. But that was the end of that match, so it wasn't very good. Right. So next we had New Day.
Been waiting all week to do that.
Oh, wow. So we had New Day, which is Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods.
Yeah.
Xavier wasn't in the match; he was just out at ringside. So it's New Day versus Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. This was for the.
I like the way you remember Xavier Wood, but you forget
Natalia. Okay, well, who can forget her?
Oh, you did.
Oh, true. Okay, but anyway, Natalia was down with Tyson Kidd, obviously, and it was for the tag team titles.
Yeah.
This match I really wasn't expecting much at all, but it turned out to be up there as possibly the best match of the night.
I think it was definitely the best match of the night, and I thought the same. I don't know why I wasn't expecting much.
I think it's because, as you were saying the other day, New Day have been face up until that match, really, weren't they?
Yeah, they teased it, and I think everyone agrees that the gimmick just didn't work.
No.
But now I've seen them as heels, I don't mind the gimmick.
Yeah, same. I kind of get behind them.
It just turned and it worked fine.
Yeah.
They've got the chant. They've got Xavier Wood on the outside just chatting away. You've got the chant going, which then everyone can chant like New Day sucks, which gets them heat, so it goes against them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm really big on Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. I think two are definitely the top workers in the company.
Yeah,
Just underused lot is. And I think even the first one they put as tag team, I was like, oh, chucking them together. But they really made something of it.
Yeah, they really ran with it, didn't they?
Yeah, and I've never. I don't mind Kofi Kingston. I don't have a problem with him. I think I just got bored of his character, but he's not a bad wrestler.
No, he's a good wrestler.
Yeah.
In ring, you can't
and
fault his ability.
Big E, I think he's really good. I think they tried his single career gimmick push and didn't really get anywhere. But I think together they've worked well. So yeah, I really like both teams in this match.
Yeah, same. But I don't know why, but yeah, I wasn't expecting much from this match either.
Yeah.
But it turned out it was a brilliant match. As I said, possibly either the best match of the night or arguably the second best.
And I
match
think we
of the
wouldn't
night.
have had this match if it wasn't for Daniel Bryan had been injured as well. This would have been on the pre-show, and I guarantee that we've got less time.
Yes, that's true as well.
So,
yeah. So
swings and roundabouts.
Every cloud, every cloud has a silver lining. I hope Daniel Bryan doesn't hear me say that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel.
All the best, Daniel Bryan.
But yeah, brilliant match. There's a few good little spots in it. Cesaro got to show off how freakishly strong he is.
Yeah, it's crazy strength.
Yeah, I mean, he caught Big E's a big bloke.
He's bodybuilder kind of size.
Yeah, he is hench.
Yeah.
And Cesaro managed to catch him mid jump.
Yeah.
And then did he body slam or power slam him?
Power slam. Yeah, it was a good little spot.
Yeah. I mean, it's always impressive to see Cesaro do stuff like that. And also, as well, there's later on in the match, Kofi Kingston done a crossbody off the top rope.
Yeah.
Cesaro caught him, obviously, but I mean, Kofi Kingston, he's not like Cesaro big or Big E big. But he's not Rey Mysterio.
Cesaro is not big, really.
No.
He's not extraordinarily big. He's just really strong.
Yeah. Freakish.
But yeah, he caught him. Cody off doing a springboard into the crossbody.
Yeah.
Caught him into
a tilt well slam.
He also did the spot. I've seen it a few times, but where he suplexed someone from the outside to the inside off the rope.
Yes.
That is.
Who was that who did that too? Was that
Kofi?
Kofi, yeah.
It's his good spots he does. It's very impressive.
It's scary how.
Yeah.
It is so scary how ridiculously strong Cesaro is.
I mean, let's not forget. I mean, there was a Tyson Kidd as well. Tyson Kidd, I think, is on top form as well.
Yeah.
I like that they did the big swing into the drop kick.
I like that. That's a good finisher. Yeah.
And there was quite a few good little spots in this match. I think it was really good.
Yeah, it was a really solid match.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rate this easily 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the best tag team matches I've seen in a while as well.
Definitely, especially for WWE.
And I want to see these continue this feud for quite a few months.
Don't know about a few months. I'm never.
I know. I think that they should tease it. So they shouldn't obviously
They shouldn't get a title match next month. They should. They need to be dragged on.
They need to have Tyson Kidd and Cesaro chase the champions now. Trying to get hold of them, but they don't get. Maybe they have a match, but they don't get away with it, or something like that.
Something, yeah, New Day get the win in the next match, but it's not a clean win.
I want to see these two continue. Those two good teams continue.
Yeah, there's something good. There's a bit of chemistry there between the two teams. So after that match was when we had the return of Ambrose and Harper. They came back to the ring. We've already spoken about that. We'll skip that. So next we had Rusev versus Cena for the United States Championship in a Russian chain match. Now, as I predicted, then that's basically say it was going to be like a leather strap match.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, because strap match you just tie together.
Well, yeah, they still have to touch corners in a leather strap match.
And there's variations. I think about, I can't remember which pay-per-view, but it was Rock and Triple H years ago. and they were just tied together.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a TNA strap
But they
match.
did. I remember JBL or Michael did mention JBL and Eddie Guerrero had another strap match where they had to touch the post as well. So there's different variations. It's just a gimmick.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the third time these two have met now in consecutive pay-per-view, and I would say is the worst match these two have had.
Yeah.
I think they work well together,
but just not under.
This match was just a poor gimmick.
Yeah. I mean, when you see those two, you want to see a proper, genuine match, don't you?
My trouble with this match is it's not about being strong or who can defeat it. It's who can run the fastest. If they wanted to, they could just run and push those posts.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I know wrestling is stems of disbelief, but still, it's just
you
know when they climb the ladder and they're fine running it, and then all of a sudden they're looking for where the next person is to stop, and they're tying the shoelace up the ladder.
Yeah.
Generally, it's just one of those things.
Or they slip.
It was more they were trying to find reasons not to go for it, than them going for it. So,
and there were so many times as well where it was like, I think it was a couple of times Cena had got 3 turnbuckles, and it was like he was so close to the 4th. He literally all he would have to have done was just do a little jump.
Yeah, and he would
have got it.
Yeah.
But once again, that's not their fault.
No, I mean I think they made it what it was, but it's just. I think it's the worst one they've had. I mean that.
Yeah.
We do see later on that obviously John Cena wins the match. Also, we mention that Lana. Is it Lana?
Yeah.
Lana gets cheers. Roosters don't like it, so sends her at the back.
Yeah.
Obviously, teasing the split there.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that leads to.
Did you notice? I did jot this down. When Rusev come down to the ring, right, and he's got the chain in his hand, right, and he's like fart-assing around doing something, right, and then he like raises his arm like that, and he has to like move his face out of the way because the chain comes out and almost flings him right in the face. He was like, "Ugh."
That's the other thing. It's the unbreakable Russian chain.
Yeah.
And then they were tied together with Velcro.
Yeah. I don't know how a Russian chain is any different to any other chain.
Well, I just mean that they say unbreakable. It's Russian.
The Russian chain.
Yeah, you go tied with Velcro.
A little bit Velcro.
Yeah.
For kids that can't do their shoelaces. But that match, once again, there's no fault of Cena or Rusev. We know they can both put on a match.
Yeah, I mean, so we do see later on that they Lana goes to the Authority, and we're going to have another match next month, in an I Quit match. So hopefully that would be better.
Yes.
So,
but even that, like, I don't know why they don't just do like, even do you know what would be good? An Iron Man match between the two of them.
Yeah, that would be good
because they both got special submission moves as signatures or whatever.
Yeah.
And they've both got Rusev got like a bomb move or anything like that, or is it just?
He does like a suplex or a kick.
Right, but either way,
they could do it.
Yeah, so an Iron Man match would have been good, I reckon. Or even 2 out of 3.
But this will be the last one of their feud, so I think.
Well, let's hope
4 is too many. 4 is enough.
Yeah.
I kind of almost don't see them seeing the 4th because it's 2-1 to Cena. Yeah, like.
Well, what's the score now? It's 2-1 to Cena.
Rusev won the first one. Cena's won 2 now.
The thing is, though, Rusev needs to win the next one, doesn't he? Because there's no point. I don't know why they keep trying to put Cena over more. Like, he should be dropping the title to Rusev.
But they're trying to build up this US belt. I'm fine with it because I don't know if we've discussed this on here yet, but I'm fine with Cena having these open challenges and stuff, building up the title, and then having an open challenge, and that's when you have someone debut.
True.
Especially from NXT, and he wins the belt, and then straight away, not only have you got someone debuted, they've won the belt, but they've won the belt of Cena. That's 3 things they're pushing. That's a good push.
True. I'll give you that, but that would be good. I'll give you that, but I just feel like it just seems pointless them.
Yeah, but I think we're fine with Cena's going to
well,
but we'll see.
Yeah.
That's next month.
I bet it'll beat Rusev and he'll probably lose the title to like Triple H or someone. Not Triple H, but like he'll drop it to someone else. It's crap.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. So, what would you rate that out of 5 stars? I'll give that 2.5.
2.5 again. Yeah. It's just a gimmick, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
just felt like a pointless match, really.
Yeah.
Just filling up a spot on the card.
Yeah.
Right. So next we had this. Oh yeah. Sorry. So next we had Roman Reigns versus Big Show.
Yeah.
Which was a what was it? A
last man
standing match. I'll say. So this once again on paper
looked boring as hell.
Yeah, I did not. This was a match I thought I was going to be sat there struggling
it's not last match, but we've seen these two go back and forth a couple of times now.
Yeah,
it's been alright. This match was surprisingly good.
Really
second
good.
Best match on the card. Definitely.
Yeah, just after New Day's match. Second best match.
I think it's definitely just what Roman Reigns needed. It was a match against a solid opponent.
Yeah.
Big Show,
who no one likes, but
you got to respect him. The guy's 40 something.
Yeah,
he's still up there. I mean, I'm bored of him. But
I've been bored of Big Show for years, but still, you know, it's Big Show, isn't it?
Yeah. But I think it's definitely what Roman Reigns needed. He not that main event, but it's near, and it's just to practice his craft almost.
Right, yeah.
But no, I thought the match was good. I liked the Roman Reigns putting out a table, Big Show knocking away, and Big Show putting the table away, saying, "I'm a giant, I don't need this."
But not even be able to put the table back under the ring.
He did struggle.
He only managed to get about half.
And then Roman Reigns gets the table out again. Big Show then just punches it, crashes the table.
Yeah.
Obviously, then Roman Reigns set up 2 tables on the outside, which eventually he would get chokeslam through.
From inside the ring to the outside through 2 tables, which was good.
We get Roman Reigns and Samoan dropping Big Show through a table.
Yeah.
It's not a bad spot.
Yeah, it's alright.
We get a spear through the barricade. I've seen that spot done so many times.
Yeah, that was...
And not only in wrestling, just with Roman Reigns.
Yeah, Roman Reigns alone, you've seen that.
He's speared a lot of barricades now.
Yeah. He should be getting charged for that.
Should. I thought the finish was good.
With the table.
I like the spear on the table was alright, and then like...
Do you know what I did like? Was when he put the stairs, Big Show put the stairs next to the announcer's table.
Yeah.
Big Show was on the table. Then Roman Reigns ran across one announcer table, speared him through. I did like that spot.
Yeah, it was good. My only thing was, I said, when he pushed the table over, he kind of started celebrating. I would have liked to see him, because obviously he should be exhausted. He said this grueling match. To be like laying on the table, trying to hold the table down as well.
Yeah. Like you would have had that 10 years ago. You would have seen if it was Triple H and Austin or something.
Yeah, I mean he was celebrating by the 7th count. So.
Yeah. I mean it was obvious that the match was over at this point. So if you haven't seen it, after Big Show gets speared through the Spanish announcer table, Roman Reigns then lifts up the like Michael Cole's JBL's announcer table, lifts up and tips it over the Big Show. So Big Show's stuck underneath it. Then Roman Reigns stands on the table / on Big Show while the refs count to 10. But yeah, as you said, he started celebrating on the 7th count. We all knew it was over.
Yeah, I just think I would have liked to see him. He
should have been slumped.
It's that kayfabe of him still trying to sell. Like, he should be saying that he's exhausted and he's in this grueling match, not just fine now. Fine.
Yeah. I mean, but then hopefully someone's pointed that out to him.
Yeah, he's still learning. He's still getting there.
Yeah. So, but that was a really, really solid match. There was so many spots on it that we can't like. There's so many points to make from that match. We can't. I can't remember them all.
I mean, my only issue with the match was obviously this match would have stood out a little more if it had just been the only gimmick match on the card. If it was wrestling, it was just normal wrestling matches, and this was a last man standing match, it was better. But all night we'd see people go through tables or weapons. It kind of took it away from a little bit. It was a better one of the night.
Yeah.
But I think this would have stood out more if it was just the only.
Yeah, that should have been like the second main event, like the top mid card event or whatever you want to call it.
But no, something I'd give it.
I'd give that 4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Yeah,
4 out of 5. Best match I've seen Reigns in ever.
Well, the WrestleMania match was good.
With Lesnar.
Yeah, you got to think
It was a good match. It was an entertaining match, but you didn't see anything from Roman Reigns in that match.
I don't know if I saw more of him in this match, to be honest.
Oh, true.
I think he's definitely getting better.
Yeah, okay, so alright, I would say the match at Mania with Lesnar was probably more enjoyable, but that's just because I don't really like Roman Reigns, and to watch Lesnar beat the shit out of him, and then to have Seth Rollins come down and steal the title like a vulture, was that was a brilliant match. But sorry, we're getting away from that. Back to Extreme Rules. So,
one thing I would like to see from Reigns is, have you seen his promos? He's very patronising. He's meant to be face, sorry. Yeah. He's quite patronising, and it kind of sounds like he's trying to be The Rock, because obviously they're related.
Yeah,
and he's always just like, believe this, and it's almost patronising.
Yeah.
I reckon he would do better as a heel.
Yes. The thing
because
is,
he's this big guy, he can look the part of a heel.
Yeah.
He can talk down to the crowd. Yeah. Because obviously everyone knows that it's Vince's guy, so instantly people. That's why he's got this
heat behind him
already. Even though it wasn't the smarts, obviously trying to push him against because it's Vince's product.
Yeah.
But just turn that, use that heat, and make him a heel. Tell him I was picked by Vince. I am the man. I'm doing this because I've been chosen.
Yeah.
Not because I deserve it, because I've been chosen to do it.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see a heel turn. I think it would be good for him, but whether we see it or not, I don't know.
I would. Yeah, I'd prefer to see a heel turn. I mean, it's so much easier for someone to get over as a heel.
Yeah. And I think maybe while he's doing that, he can learn to do promos better and everything else.
Yeah.
And then when he's ready, turn a face.
It's easier to cut a promo as a heel as well, isn't it? Really, because it's easier to get someone to hate you than to like.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, solid, really good match.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah.
So next we had Bo Dallas come down to the ring. I didn't really quite get the point of this. I'm guessing it's the start of a feud.
No.
No? So what was the whole... So basically, Bo Dallas come down to the ring. Started chatting on the mic. Then Ryback comes down.
Yeah.
Ryback beats him up. There's no ref. And that was the end.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what it is. I mean, it makes sense when we get on to Raw, we'll talk about it. But yeah, I think it's just to get right back on the.
I can't stand right back.
Just a jacked up RVD. RVD, Goldberg's love child.
Yeah, I don't think. Right, yeah, okay. I'll let you go with that, but I don't think you can pass genetically on your ring attire. Yeah, well, either way, for that to be on a pay-per-view just seemed utterly pointless. Especially as, like, who's even heel or face out of those two? Because I thought Bo Dallas was face.
No, he's heel in Ryback's face.
Right. That doesn't make sense either. Ryback should be heel.
He was heel, but attended face. He's been face for a while.
It's crap, his face, though.
You got Bowley. Who he has put on some weight. He's looking chunky.
Chunky monkey.
But do you know who his brother is?
Who,
wrestling trivia.
Bo Dallas?
Yeah.
Is it DDP?
Nope.
Don't know.
Bray Wyatt.
His brother?
Yeah. Real life brother.
Real life brother?
Yeah.
Huh.
Wrestling trivia for you.
Well, there we go. If you didn't know that, now you do. Right, so there was that pointless... It made no sense at that point, though.
Filler.
When you were watching Extreme Rules, were you just like, what's this about?
I don't remember it.
I don't think a face should ever run down to the ring and beat someone up anyway.
But unless Bo Dallas just chatting shit, though.
Either way, it doesn't make sense to have a face run down and randomly attack even a heel.
Yeah.
Unless, like, he's defending someone or something like that.
Anyway, but...
Oh, wait, I didn't really get it, but it happened.
Yeah.
So, then we had the final match.
Main
event, sorry. With Seth Rollins and Randy Orton in the cage match where the RKO is banned and Kane was the enforcer. Gatekeeper, sorry.
Important role, a gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, same thing.
Every steel cage match needed a gatekeeper.
Yeah. This match was as to be expected.
Yeah, the match, it wasn't... These two can put on a good match, and we've seen that at WrestleMania.
We saw that
but I think the gimmick got in the way, and considering the cage was meant to keep everyone out,
it did not.
We've got everyone in. We've got Kane involved. You've got JJ the security guard. It kind of just. I would have liked to see just no one in the ring and just let these two fight in a still cage match.
But I mean, we could have pretty much, if we'd done a pre-show video for Extreme Rules,
which we will be doing next pay-per-view.
Yeah, from now on, every pay-per-view we'll do a pre-show.
Yeah.
But if we'd done a pre-show, we would have predicted that match down to a T.
Yeah.
So JJ and security got involved in the match. Kane ran in. Did you do a double choke slam to him?
Yeah, double choke slam. Yeah.
As everyone, know that's coming.
Choke slams. Reigns.
Sorry. Randy
Orton.
Yeah.
Then choke slam Seth Rollins.
Yeah. Then gets out the ring.
Gets out the ring. One nice spot. I did like Randy Orton do the pedigree Triple H.
Yes, I did like that. Yeah, it was a nice little touch there.
Yeah,
nice little middle finger.
I was wondering what he was going to do. Obviously, he had the punt kick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that little touch.
Yeah, that was good.
And then obviously we get Seth Rollins, RKO in
Randy Orton.
Which I didn't have a problem with, but they didn't define them. They should have said the RKO is banned.
For both of them. Wow.
Or for Randy Orton.
I suppose
because even the ref didn't seem to know what was going on. And even the commentators didn't know what was going on. And if you don't even know... Obviously, they all knew what was going on.
Yeah.
But if you're going to put out that they did know, then how are we meant to know? And it just kind of makes things like you think, oh, you don't know what your own wrestling promotion is doing.
I kind of got the impression that the reason they did it like that was just so that it was like, oh, what's happening? Like, it was a dirty loophole.
But they could have just said and the RKO is banned for Randy Orton. And granted, most people would have, some people fans would have figured that's going to be the finish. Is that Seth Rollins going to do it?
Right.
But it wouldn't have taken the shock away from it. It's not like that's going to be the finish. So I think it's just the wording of it. I think it's been better.
Yeah, I agree.
But it was what it was.
Yeah, I mean, I'd give the match
a 3.
3 out of 5. As with most of the matches this night, we know that Rollins and Randy Orton can put on a decent match. You've only got to watch WrestleMania last month to know that.
I think it's against the gimmicks that's hurt the.
Yeah, once it was. Yeah, I mean, this is. I really don't like this pay-per-view. It just seems pointless.
Yeah, I think so.
As we were saying, any gimmick pay-per-view, I'm not a fan of.
No, it takes away from the specials of the match.
Yeah, and it gets in the way of story and everything like that. So I'm not a fan. But
overall, I'd say, what did you give the card out of overall?
Overall,
we're missing a match here. Actually, we had Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler and a Kiss My Arse.
Oh yeah, how did we miss that?
It's not in your notes. We do apologise for this. We're still starting off.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't remember whereabouts in the card this match was.
That second match.
Was it?
Yeah.
Well, we had Dolph Ziggler and Sheamus in the Kiss Me Horse match, which was a good. It was actually a good match.
I like both guys. I like Sheamus' new heel gimmick.
Yeah.
I think he's much better as a heel than a face.
Definitely.
As a face, I just find him cheesy.
Yeah.
As a heel, he's got that monster side to him.
Yeah.
Dolph obviously is a solid worker.
Solid on the mic.
Can make anyone look good in the ring.
Yeah.
It was a good match. And it was good to see Dolph win clean as well. Like,
yes.
Obviously, it was on the surprise things, but the only show of this match being the whole kiss my ass thing, I thought was ridiculous. You didn't need it.
No.
But it just dragged. The ending just dragged on too.
After the match.
Yeah, after the match. Sorry, after the match, it just dragged on too long. Once Dolph won, but like Sheamus kind of stropping about it, like, I'm gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it.
And then obviously we get the low blow to Dolph Ziggler, and then Sheamus shoves his ass onto
Dolph.
Dolph.
Yeah, the end. After the match was.
I think it wasn't. Obviously, you could tell that was going to happen. I think it just went on for a little bit too long.
Yeah, it did go on too long. But the match itself between them, I can't really remember anything specific from the match. It wasn't like an eventful match, but it was a solid match.
Yeah, I think those two can put on.
I remember when I was watching it, I rated it myself.
Yeah.
I did give it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Because it was a good match.
3.5.
Yeah, I'd go with that. Okay, change that to 3.5 out of 5.
The whole card, what do you give it?
The whole card, 3.5. And that's only because of...
I'm going to give it a 3. It's one of those cards that, if I didn't have the network, I would have watched it. The network has helped because it's just easier to watch pay-per-views, opposed to having to YouTube, download them, whatever way you're going to watch it. I think it's not one that if I watched, I would recommend to someone. I'd be like, check out the tag team match, and you could probably bypass the rest.
Yeah, if I was talking to someone specific and they said, is it worth watching, I'd be like, well, watch the pre-show for Neville, Bad News Barrett, and just have a look for the New Day match, and look for the Roman Reigns and Big Show, and maybe the Dolph Ziggler match. But I'd give it a 3.5 just purely because of the shock factor of the Roman Reigns Big Show match being good, and the same as New Day.
Yeah, there was some solid matches on there. It's just nothing like you need to watch. Nothing on nothing you need to watch it. Like even the tag match, it was really good, but it's like you need to watch this match.
Yeah.
So
it just kind of felt like a bit of a pointless pay-per-view. But
hopefully, payback next month will be better.
Yeah. Well, I give it 3.5 out of 5. You give it 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
Let us know what you think. If you comment below, or you can tweet us at
Top Rope Podcast 1.
Yes, at Top Rope Podcast 1.
We also have a Facebook page which is up.
It's not on the go yet, really.
It's in the making.
Yes. So comment below. Let us know what you thought.
Cool.
And that's the end of that. So we'll see you next time for the next video.
See you later.
See ya.